Welcome, Aquarius, to your love reading for September the 10th to the 16th of 2018. So let's look into what's going on with you for Aquarius and love. September the 10th to the 16th and love. So two card, well, two spread reading, two spreads for you. Okay. So we have the mutual energy between both, trying your best to deal, all right? Deal with what you feel, deal with what's real to you right now. And I feel like a lot of times when we come from heavy tension from previous days, all right, this is where you're trying to recoup and just be more, acknowledge that intensity and try not to stress so much. So I feel like that's the energy of just coping with what you are experiencing. What they might be bringing towards you is where the person that you're dealing with might be having an issue with accepting you back in their life, with making a stern decision and staying true to it, and often maybe giving you another shot or another chance to make changes or to open up again. So some of those might be an issues too. Major arcanas, your response, you're stressed about it, you're stressed that maybe you can't make a certain decision right now because you still could be healing from another person, or trying your best to make sure that someone else is okay before you are to separate from them. That might be a scenario that's there. So you might be around somebody, and there could be legal matters that are still pending, that are not quite finished just yet, with someone that you're dealing with. Maybe a joint endeavor or career, finances, things like that you might be trying to get out of or get a hold of. So what is the advice? It tells you you have a lot of major arcanas, all. So divorce, go through a breakup, change the ways that you do things, a different routine, a different set of, well, energetically being around different people that might motivate you, this is usually a card of organizations, beliefs, your structures, the things that you might do, scenarios where you might be even stubborn, but here you break from these constraints, your expectations, your not really being committed to something that's not quite healthy just yet. So you may not be ready, or some of you might need to go through a divorce or separation and maybe not go through with that proposal or the planned wedding or something that might be going through, because there is not really the energy doesn't call for that right now. So some of you are needing to reevaluate what's working for you, right? And we have some issues with the home environment, where there could be issues with the wife, the husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, where the stability is not there quite yet. And maybe there might be some issues with your family or your friends who they don't really support what you do. They don't support the marriage, or they don't support the connection that you have with somebody. So there could definitely be some issues around the home where you're not there, or it's just a mess, or you would like to make some changes. Clarify the Justice card in reverse for Aquarius. So I think you have 5 major arcana. So this is usually where that particular person, and it could have Aries in their energy, it could be surrounded by this particular person in Aries, but for some, that's potentially someone that you're dealing with, or the fact that they need to make changes on their own. They may need to be more determined on their own by themselves, rather than you kind of console them and kind of push them in certain directions or give them certain advice and things like that. Doesn't mean that you don't have to, but I feel like that person may need to make some changes and kind of build up momentum on more stability before they are to connect with you and the connection or the relationship for it to grow. So that might be an issue right now at this time. So we're going to look into another spread for you as to what's going on. So this is spread 2 for you. Let's see another spread for Aquarius and love for September 10th to the 16th of 2018. Okay. So you have here, there are issues with agreeing on certain things, whether it's you do this, I do that. You say something else, it's something, and I have something else to say that's completely different from what you express. So there might be someone else in the picture, or that both of you are not on that same page right now. Now the person coming towards you, they are either in a happy relationship, both of you are in a connection together in some way, but you're still having a falling out right now. So I feel like that particular person, they would like to connect, but they have some things to take care of first, to make themselves much happier and more stable. So the home environment for them might be cool, it might be good, but both of you might be separating because of financial insecurity. Right? What your response might be, you're expressing how you might want things to change, how they might not be motivated, why you are doing what you need to do to maybe focus on yourself right now, and it's maybe best in their best interest to give off the same kind of energy, so once you do fix things, you can come back together. And others of you might be expressing how you feel where there may have been a third party in the situation, so you might be trying to gain clarity on that, ask questions about that, and often gain trust through whatever information that you might receive, and whether or not they're telling the truth, or they might be trying to dig that out of you, and you might be trying to defend what has happened. So your advice, you have obstacles that are showing up. So energetically, there are some energies that you might need to kind of, sometimes it's like taking a step back, down memory lane, or trying to remember the reasons why you got into certain scenarios, or what could be causing an obstacle with the connection. We'll look into that. But we see here Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands sometimes shows up for Aquarius, many times. So Aquarius and Pisces. So this could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It doesn't have to be the moon, rising, or ascendant sign. But I feel like this is someone who might be the distraction, or the person that might cause the friction with you. The reasons why you, male or female, the reasons why they back out, they could manipulate, they could do things that are very toxic, and they may just have emotional issues of jealousy, possessiveness, and things that are not quite healthy with the connection. And they could cause, that could be the third party that's interfering with you and someone else coming together. So clarify the Three of Wands in reverse for Aquarius. Whoa, okay. So whatever communication is coming through, right, there may be manipulation involved, and it's almost like that, and that is what needs to be learned. I feel like that might be the obstacle, because someone else is in the picture. You know about this, or if it's not true, that other person could be dealing with some issues that they're dealing with from the past, and they're trying to get through to somebody, but they may not be doing it. So sometimes that person may like to start up drama because it's what they're used to, it's what they like, and it keeps them held back. And maybe it's some things that they might need to change by not getting into drama, not causing confrontation, so that you two can move forward and they can leave the other person maybe in the past, or constantly causing confrontation with you, so that you can't move into a happier relationship. So there does seem to be some kind of competition or disagreements there with some. All right, let's do one more card for Aquarius. Everybody, Three of Pentacles in reverse. So the Seven of Cups is here. Usually when you're looking for a job, you're looking for an opportunity, or the fact that if someone else is in the picture, and you feel like it's in an energy, that's where you, both of you might just say, I'm single, I'm free, I'm doing my own thing right now, I can't commit to you right now because right now you're not available. You may act like it, but you don't really show me literally what's going on. So putting on the act and then, you know, following through are two different things. So let's see, messages for Aquarius and love for September 10th to the 16th of 2018. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner that you seek, and usually that is when you are annoyed and frustrated by someone that you are really passionate about, but they cause you frustration. It could be a soulmate, but you're trying to reevaluate whether or not that person is going to make changes, whether or not you can make certain changes to move forward. But I feel like there is a strong connection with you and somebody else. So messages for Aquarius. And we have very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. I think Sagittarius may have had that. They may have had that energy where they may have been, they're into somebody, but they need to remove themselves from a situation that's not quite stable for them. Cancer may have had that as well. It just depends. But that's the energy of someone being there, someone that is for you, but the past might be waving their hands and you might be acknowledging it. The other person past might be waving their hands and that person might be acknowledging it as well. So it's almost like you need to figure out whether you're going to be single for now, or you're still going to compete or have confrontation with that particular person, which leaves you stuck in a scenario of a cycle on and on and on. Or you put a stop to it and decide right now, just stopping everything and then saying we can't do this anymore. We either have to separate from the person that we're with, or then be with ourselves and then come back together later when the time is right. So keep that in mind for the week. Tons of love, lots of light to you, tons of healing vibes as well. I wish you the best, and you can always go to the website psychicloveheals.com to schedule something for you. Have a good one.